Welcome to Borderline Furniture. I'm Mara, and this is project number 50 for the Beach Please Challenge, hosted by Jenn at Copper Cactus. As the name suggests, this is going to be a nautical themed makeover. This old radio cabinet at a local antique store. Getting it loaded was easy with help, but unloading, not so much. I had to pull out a few components just to get it out of my truck. These old radios are deceptively heavy. Most of the weight is in the parts, not in the cabinet itself. It was pushing 100 degrees, a typical summer day in Texas, so I was trying to move fast. Like most repurposed projects, though, this one wasn't going to make it easy. Everything I needed to remove was glued in place, and this stubborn little nail, it's got to go. Once I get this back panel off, you'll see how much space there really is inside without all the components. Well, that's enough work for me today. I'm going to pick it up in the morning when it's cooler. This damage was caused by the glue, but it's an easy fix. Bondo to the rescue. The dusty door inserts and the metal panels had to go. I've done a similar radio in Project 2, but this one was in much better condition and way easier to work with. Next, I cut a new back panel for the cabinet and the inserts for the doors. The top of this cabinet was in really bad condition. I discovered that the veneer on the top was paper thin, and of course, I sanded right through it in one corner. But since I had planned to use dark gel stain, it blended in just fine. I painted and sealed the cabinet using leftover supplies from a previous project. Then I picked up 2 pine shelves from Lowe's. Normally this type of wood gets painted, but I went with gel stain instead, and honestly I was a bit surprised with the results. It's time to get creative. While most people might have gone with light colors and coastal vibes, well, I'm not like most people, and I leaned into darker stains to complement the gorgeous mermaid image that I found on Zazzle. And of course, no mixed media project is complete without raised stencils. Some I bought, some I made myself. So many stencil choices, so little space. I used a stippling technique with joint compound to blend the edges of the paper and add texture. Multiple paint layers are always required with a project like this, and some additional layers were required to cover up this strip technique that I tried and quickly abandoned. I experimented with sea sponges, but in the end a chip brush gave me the look I wanted. I wish I had $1 for every bristle that I had to dig out of my paint job. My silhouette cutter got a serious workout on this piece. I cut seaweed stencils, stamped shapes, and even the focal designs. Oh boy, I really hate it when it doesn't cut all the way through. The sea turtle and shell files were purchased from Etsy, and with a little metallic spray paint, plain poster board was transformed into shimmering embellishments. I used a Mod Podge transfer technique on printed paper. The paper is glued with Mod Podge and left to dry. For text, make sure it's in reverse. To reveal the image, wet the paper and carefully rub away the excess. It worked well, but it is tricky. You can overwork the paper and lose the design. I had some success with cycles of removal and then dry times. Working the paper with a chip brush also helps. It's better with white, I think, but not a quick process for sure. I gave up on some of these and switched to stencils. Using distressed inks instead of chalk paint actually gave me some of the best results I've ever had. User beware, the distressed inks have a longer dry time than the chalk paints. Just a few more finishing touches on these embellishments, again using distressed ink, and I'm finally ready for glue. Is it just me, or do others find that Mod Podge initially doesn't stick? It's got like delayed adhesion or something. For the best results, I used a moist, not wet, towel and pressed each piece in place. It removed the excess glue and it helped with adhesion. Sealing the top of this cabinet with Danish oil. I'll be adding another coat in about 12 hours. Then the final step will be to apply a coat of wax. And finally, it's time for the best step, adding the hardware. That moment always feels like crossing the finish line. So here's a look at the before, and now for the final reveal. We're nearing the end of Project 50, and I would like to thank Jenn at Copper Cactus for hosting the Beach Please Challenge. Please check out the playlist for other great makeovers, and as always, thanks for watching.